Good morning. Wait, nope, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But welcome back to God's Autobiography. Today's little story is inspired by frustration and turning it into humor, I guess. Turns out I hate postal services. Not the band, they're pretty tight. But I had mailed a monitor here from New York, and I paid for protection, and it got here broken, and now they're trying to tell me that they don't want to reimburse me for the protection that I paid for that they didn't abide by. But that's frustrating. So figured it kind of just got me thinking about mailing things and shipping things, and I've got some funny stories for that. So I had this hella old desktop that I built maybe like 7 or 8 years ago. It still ran. I had upgraded some of the components once a while back, but I don't know, I had it forever. The last time I moved to, not the last time, but when I moved to Colorado last August, I was riding down with 3 buddies, a road trip from Long Island to Colorado. I didn't know if I could bring it, so when I got dropped off at my buddy Gomez's house, I brought my desktop, just the tower and keyboard and mouse, no monitor. I brought that with me, and we were just barely able to fit in his car. We were good to go. Had my computer in Colorado the whole time. Wow, this takes a lot of blood out of my arm, just holding the phone up. So, had that in Colorado. It worked. Got a shitty monitor, just something to use. It was fine. And 4 months later, after, if you watched a different video, earlier video, then you would know kind of what happened there. But I ended up moving to Arizona. Now, I was going to take a bus. I took a Greyhound. I had most of my belongings able to fit in about 3 bags, but I really wanted my computer. So I couldn't bring the tower. I knew that was kind of too much space. So I took each of the components. I took my motherboard, I took my 2 graphics cards, my RAM, my hard drives, power supply, each component that I had, and I individually wrapped them in 2 or 3 shirts, and I had a massive spool of cellophane from when I was working at Ross and they were shutting down. That was the only thing left in the store. They were going to throw it out. I snagged it. So a lot of these shirts that I had used were white. So I had all of these, I imagine a power supply is 8 inches by 4 inches, 2 inches high. They were wrapped in white shirts and then wrapped in cellophane. A lot of them looked like bricks of cocaine. I thought it was pretty funny. But they were just scattered throughout my luggage, and it was hella heavy. I had to pay a bunch of extra money to get them to bring that, or for them to let me take it onto the bus. But I got it. I got all the components down to here. If I don't know where those pictures are. I keep doing this a lot where I have a picture for the story, but I can't find it. If I can find it, I'll put some up, because I built the computer, assembled it back together without a case, and it worked pretty well. And then I didn't find a job here, so I had to go back to Long Island, and this time I flew. So I really wanted to bring this desktop again, so I fell back on my same solution. Didn't have the cellophane, but took everything apart again, wrapped it in some shirts, put it in my bag. I had all of my stuff in a big purple suitcase, the same one that I milled the monitor that broke down here. But I had it was too heavy to get onto to check the bag at the airport. So I just opened the bag, I took out all the wires, and I put them in the duffel bag that was my carry-on. So when either of these got scanned, or if anybody had to look in them, if you look into my purple duffel bag, you saw a lot of really wrapped up computer components. If you look through, you'd see the corner of a motherboard, or some pieces of graphics card. A layman could think that they were explosive parts assembled together. And then the duffel bag that I brought in as a check-in, which just goes through that scanner and they look at, was just full of wires and power cords and just a really sketchy ball of tech. And I wasn't nervous, because if they take it apart, it would waste my time, but nothing in there could blow up, so I felt pretty confident that I was all right. But it would have sucked if they had taken everything apart and made me miss my flight. But I don't know, I think it was really funny to go through an airport with probably what looks more like a bomb than most bombs that people would try to bring to airports. And I don't know, that amusing little bit of how I brought my computer back and forth was really funny, and it makes me feel better about how shitty this experience with trying to repair my monitor is. Again, if I have the pictures, I'll try to show the setup here that I had, and then the setup that I had on Long Island. They were both really just fucked up. towerless computer builds. Very impressed that that shit still works, and I still have the 2 graphics cards. I'm trying to sell them. That was it. Quick little video. Getting ready for work. Deuces.